Claremore Cultural Development Authority meeting. Sarah, please call the roll.
Cotton. Here. Bellman.
Present.
Michael.
Present.
Calendar. Long.
Present.
Eslick. Colby.
Present.
McSpadden.
Here.
Irwin.
If you would stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance and invocation. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Your bow your head for a quick invocation. Lord, we thank you for this time that we have together, and we ask that you just bless our city, bless our leaders, and be with the staff. Let there be safety throughout the city when the workers are out working. Give us wisdom as we make decisions. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Okay. Do we have anybody signed up for call public?
None.
We have a motion to accept the agenda as printed.
So moved. Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? So, also note that Councilor Irwin just showed up. Call the roll.
Michael.
Yes.
Bellman.
Yes.
Cotton. Yes. Long.
Yes.
Colby.
Yes.
McSpadden.
Yes.
Irwin.
Yes.
Any items unforeseen? Under current business, do we have a motion to accept the consent items as printed?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion is second. Any discussion? Call the roll.
Colby.
Yes.
Michael.
Yes.
Cotton.
Yes.
Bellman.
Yes.
Long.
Yes.
McSpadden.
Yes.
Irwin.
Yes.
Item number 2, discussion and possible action on a budget amendment to cover changes that have occurred since the budget that we adopted. Manager Perry.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, members of the council, and of course, the Director of Budget and Finance, Susan Malloy, is here. As you'll recall, we passed our budget early this year, which was fantastic, in early May, and then May 25th came along and kind of changed the world for us. So we talked to the council when we did all of our emergency declarations and knew that we would be coming to the council with a mid-year budget adjustment. Needed to kind of get through the first 3 to 6 months of just recovery. So now that we're there, Susan has been working with for those of you who know, we have a new treasurer. Our treasurer for a long time is retired, so we're working with the Crawford Group, which basically is their specialty. All they do is work with political subdivisions, as well as our auditor, to make sure that we're covering everything okay. That being said, you can imagine lots of transfers in, grants, FEMA dollars in, expenses out. So you'll see on here a budget amendment consists of a bunch of transfers for just over about $5 million. But that's money in and out that we have, and rollovers. There's about $4 million in rollovers from things that didn't get done from the previous year, different projects. So there's about $981,000 of new money. This is a budget or an agenda item on all three, both the CCDA, the CPWA, and the city. So we have everything here for any questions, but the big ticket items on the new money, as you can see, one of the council agendas is we had an opportunity to acquire 40 acres of land for the future sports park expansion. We've been trying to get that owner to sit on that till next fiscal year. This is not the ideal time to do it. However, they have already put it under contract once, and we spoke to the developer that bought it. He backed away because we built an entire sports and trails master plan update around the acquisition of that 40 acres. So Kyle has been working with her she doesn't want all the money at once, but we did have it appraised. So we worked up a lease purchase agreement with a $300,000 down payment, and then 4 consecutive years of $125,000. That helps us from a cash flow standpoint. Our attorneys have worked with the lease purchase agreement that will allow us to do due diligence and make improvements as needed prior to the final payment. And if something were to happen where that goes south, she would be required to reimburse or give. So that's the big chunk of that new money, $300,000. You'll also recall when we got out of the GE contract that we knew there would be some dollars associated with making sure that all of our existing meters that they owned, that we now own, can communicate. So Tim, working with Trilliant and Badger, have gone through and identified a lot of hardware that we need to upgrade and put out into the field to make sure that those meters are communicating correctly. Plus, there's dollars in there for new hydrostatic meters, which are more on the water side, by the way. We're going to have to make a pretty intentional effort over the next several years to bring in about a quarter of those on both the water and the power as they start to expire. Most of those meters are 10 plus years old. So you're going to see some of those things in the budget amendment. We have all of the detail here available. Susan's available for any questions. We will not bring another budget amendment to this body prior to the presentation of the next fiscal year's budget, which that process will start for us internally in February and culminate with some sort of presentation in May or June. So again, we'll be having conversations with you all in the public about the future of the budget. Keep in mind that thankfully the citizens of this community in 2023 allowed us to access the funds on top of what we had in savings. Had we not had those, May through now would have been a much different story for us. We're one of the few communities that actually had the money, but you need to remember that even if we recover 100% of the 75% the feds will allow us, we're still in about a $4 million hole from our savings, from our reserve funds. Our reserves across the board, because we have pivoted and not done specific projects in case we need that money for tornado recovery or something isn't covered, we haven't done some of those projects to the tune of millions of dollars because we don't know where we're going to come out and fall out as FEMA. That being said, I'm not at all comfortable moving forward with where we're going to be at with reserves and savings because of the money we've had to front. So we're going to have a real intentional effort over the next few years as we're trying to claw ourselves out of this hole of 100 years of deferred maintenance, and we've got this plan. Now we add on top of that the need to go back and, re-raise that $10 million or save $10 million. Because if this were to happen again, another massive incident this next spring or this next fiscal year, we're having a completely different conversation about how we access funds. And we're going to the banks or we're selling bonds, we're doing something. So not doom and gloom. I'm optimistic about recovery, and frankly, things are changing in DC as of this week, so hopefully that process will be a little more efficient with some of the pressures that will be put on some of those bureaucratic agencies. But come full circle, this budget amendment is for new money of $981,000. The other monies are transfers in and out, accessing reserve funds. For instance, $300,000, that's coming out of Park Reserve. There's money in there, we have it, we just didn't budget for it, so that's new money in this budget. Any questions about any specific line item, anything in the budget on the amendment? I'm just glad it was as little as it was with the new money at 981. I really, Susan's staff has done a great job, and we're holding and the directors are doing a great job. They understand that we're on a tight leash because of the tornado. So.
Any questions? I appreciate you kind of going over this and giving all this to us early so we can look it over.
It's a lot. Of course, there's a lot of, you can imagine, we're able to put it on in 2 pages and show you that Susan's got spreadsheet after spreadsheet of in and out, because every time you account for something, it may look like 13 million, but it's an in and an out. It's not money going out, but you have to account for it in 2 places. So a total budget amendment may look like $25 million, but that's not what you haven't spent $25 million. So it's a lot to keep up with, but thankfully with our new treasurer and with the help of our auditor, we've had them full bore since the tornado, because we knew we were going to have a very unique set of circumstances to close out this fiscal year and then to start budgeting for the next fiscal year as well. Appreciate your all's willingness and trust in us as we've recovered through the last 6 months. We still have a long way to go, and we've still got projects that we need to do and services that the citizens expect us to provide. So we've got to get real creative and figure out how we're going to do that moving forward.
I'd entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Call the roll.
McSpadden.
Yes.
Bowlby.
Yes.
Irwin.
Yes.
Cotton. Yes. Feldman.
Yes.
Michael.
Yes.
Long.
Yes.
Vote to adjourn.
The motion to adjourn is second. Call the roll.
Michael.
Yes.
Feldman.
Yes.
Cotton. Yes. Long.
Yes.
Bowlby.
Yes.
McSpadden.
Yes.
Irwin.
Yes. Call to order the Claremore Public Works Authority. Note the roll. Do we have a motion to accept the agenda as printed?
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Call the roll.
Cottom. Yes. Bowlby.
Yes.
Feldman.
Yes.
Michael.
Yes.
Vaughn.
Yes.
McSpadden.
Yes.
Irwin.
Yes.
Any items unforeseen?
No.
Under current business, do we have a motion to accept the consent items as printed?
So moved.
Second.
A motion is second. Any discussion? Call the roll.
McSpadden.
Yes.
Cottom. Yes. Feldman.
Yes.
Michael.
Yes.
Vaughn.
Yes.
Bowlby.
Yes.
Irwin.
Yes.
Item number 2 is the same as our previous agenda. Discussion of possible action on a budget amendment to cover changes that have occurred since the budget was adopted.
Yes, Mayor and Councilors, same conversation. There are budget amendment items that affect both the CCDA, the CPWA, or all three, and the city budget. So explanation is the same. The breakout is in the documents in the packet that are available online to you all and to everybody else. So we would just ask for, staff recommends approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Call the roll.
Michael.
Yes.
Cottom. Yes. Feldman.
Yes.
Vaughn.
Yes.
Bowlby.
Yes.
McSpadden.
Yes.
Irwin.
Yes.
Entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
So we can't wait to ask you.
I know, usually have running.
Michael.
Yes.
Feldman.
Yes.
Cottom. Yes. Vaughn.
Yes.
Bowlby.
Yes.
McSpadden.
Yes.
Irwin.
Yes.
Call to order the Claremore City Council meeting. Note the roll. Do we have a motion to accept the agenda as printed?
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Call the roll.
Bowlby.
Yes.
Cottom. Yes. Feldman.
Yes.
Michael.
Yes.
Vaughn.
Yes.
McSpadden.
Yes.
Irwin.
Yes.
Do you have any items unforeseen?
No.
Mayor's report and appointments. Item number 1, approval of the appointment of Keith Wilkes as municipal judge at the annual salary of $24,000 to serve a term expiring February 1, 2027.
Motion to approve.
Second.
A motion approved and second. Any discussion? Call the roll.
McSpadden.
Yes.
Michael.
Yes.
Cottom. Yes. Feldman.
Yes.
Vaughn.
Yes.
Bowlby.
Yes.
Irwin.
Yes.
And number 2, approval of the appointment of Wade Fothery as alternative municipal judge at the annual,
It should just say to serve.
I was saying, to serve, correction, a term expiring February 1st, 2027. Do we have a motion?
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? Call the roll.
Feldman.
Yes.
Michael.
Yes.
Cottom. Yes. Vaughn.
Yes.
Bowlby.
Yes.
McSpadden.
Yes.
Irwin.
Yes.
Item number 3, approval of the appointment of Kenny Staton to the Rogers County Public Facilities Trust Authority.
Motion to approve.
Second.
A motion approved and second. I will say I had the honor of meeting him and getting a tour of his facility, I think a week ago. Very impressive. If you've ever wanted to see a tour of just a real testament to our industries, to CEDA, not CEDA, Claremore Economic Development. I know. It's in my brain.
Mayor, if I may.
And Mr. Staton.
Yeah.
I mean,
If I may, real quick, for the council's edification, the general public, the Rogers County Public Facilities Authority was established years ago and owns Heritage Hills Golf Course, the real property. If you'll recall, several years ago, before many of you were on the council, there was a workup to where we formed a Heritage Hills interlocal cooperative, so similar to the rodeo. So the county and the city formed a cooperative, and there is a funding mechanism and management of the course now. The county has 2 appointments to the Public Facilities Authority. The city has 2 appointments, and the trust itself has an appointment. That board used to be like 13 members, and it was all crazy. And the city and the county's deal was, you need help funding it, and it's basically a quality of life amenity, so this is how that's going to work. And so that's what that is. People often wonder, how are we appointing? That's why when they redid the trust indenture, the city has 2 appointments to that board.
Who stepped down?
Scott Savage retired from the
Okay.
Rogers County Public Facilities Trust.
so we already have a motion, a second. Any other discussion? Call the roll.
McSpadden.
Yes.
Feldman.
Yes.
Cottom. Yes. Michael.
Yes.
Vaughn.
Yes.
Bowlby.
Yes.
Irwin.
Yes.
Under Mayor's report, I know it's not here, but I just want to say thank you to my little granddaughter, Lila, who came to watch the meeting for a little while until her papa could come and pick her up. being very good. Awards and presentations, communications. Item number 4, recognition of the 2024 Trash Truck Art Contest winner, Kylie Cleary from Catalina Elementary School. Mr. Vaughn.
All right, Scott. There will be a photo
Very
opportunity at
exciting.
some point for the council with Kylie and her
Yes.
family, so be
Yeah,
prepared.
absolutely. Let me give you all just a little context. As the stormwater manager, one of the things that obviously I do is to protect our stormwater runoff and prevent pollution. Most people don't mind helping out with that, as long as they get a reminder from time to time. So one of the things we do is we plaster billboard ads on the side of our garbage trucks. And so all 5th graders get a chance to do their best work and send that in, and then we put those all up at the city's employee Christmas party, and everybody got a chance to vote on their favorite. And Kylie here was the winner, and this is Kylie's design here. She used our theme of clean streets and clear water. If we keep, usually the condition of our streets, because we use so many of our streets for our drainage system, that becomes the condition of our streams very quickly when we have a heavy downpour. So that's our theme this year, and Kylie did a great job, and I just want to present her with a certificate. Read it to you real quick. Presented to Ms. Kylie Cleary on Tuesday, January 21st, 2025 at Claremore City Hall in recognition of her hard work and creativity to spread awareness about pollution prevention and do her part to protect Claremore's waterways through the excellence of her artwork.
All right. So Kylie, if you want to get some photos with her and the council, if you guys want to do a quick photo, Kylie, if you're okay with that. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention and welcome Kylie's assistant principal at Catalina, former city
Yes.
councilor Jennifer Perry Vasquez.
I thought she looked
always great
familiar.
to see her. So thank you for being here. If you all want to go grab a photo with Kylie, please feel free to. None of you want
Anything else?
I'll stand up. You're probably going to take a picture.
Photo bomb. Anything else on here?
Kylie, good job, man. Congratulations. People are taking their seats. I just want to. Yeah, it is on the truck now, correct, Scott? So
Magnetic.
it's one of those things that we don't think about often, but Scott has a tough job. I mean, we're under a lot of scrutiny from DEQ and the EPA on stuff like that. And Scott does a yeoman's job of making sure that our waterways, the drainways, and the stormwater system is taken care of, but also on this community outreach. So appreciate you, Scott, and your efforts. For those of you that don't know, Scott works directly under Garrett Ball, the city engineer. And every single project we do has a component of stormwater runoff. And just like street rehabilitation, streets don't fail typically because of streets. Streets fail because of bad drainage and water and erosion. So Scott's helping us in that regard. Congratulations again, young lady. We hope that hopefully we get a picture of you with the trash truck someday.
Yes.
We'll make it happen. We'll make it happen.
When it's warmer.
All right. Thank you all for being here this evening.
Staff reports, Mr. Manager.
It's cold.
What was the low last
Yes,
night?
I think it got down to 3.
Someone told me 1.
Well, I don't know. So be mindful. That is my fault. So be mindful. Please keep an eye on your neighbors, especially if they're elderly or they have a hard time getting around. This will pass soon, we hope. And other than that, lots of things moving forward.
We didn't have any water breaks, did we?
Knock on wood. Knock on wood. So we'll see. Typically, it's not when it's freezing. It's when they start warming back up that we get into main breaks. But we're doing really well with that right now. So that's it.
Thank you. Current business, do we have a motion to approve the consent items as printed?
So moved.
Second.
A motion is second. Any discussion? Call the roll.
Michael?
Yes.
Cotton? Yes. Feldman?
Yes.
Vaughn?
Yes.
Colby? Yes. McFadden?
Yes.
Irwin?
Yes.
Item number 6, discussion and possible action on the budget amendment to cover charges that have occurred since the budget was adopted.
Motion to approve.
Motion approved and second. Any discussion? Call the roll.
Michael?
Yes.
Feldman? Yes. Cotton? Yes. Long?
Yes?
Bowlby?
Yes.
McSpadden?
Yes.
Irwin?
Yes.
Can I do a little sidebar here? Just want to recognize, do we have a Boy Scout here?
Yes, we do.
Outstanding.
Can you stand up and introduce yourself and who you're with?
Patrick from 2A8,
And how old are you?
13.
13. Is this part of to get a patch?
Yes, it is.
Communications? Outstanding.
We welcome you here.
Thank you for being here. We
Yes.
Glad you're here.
appreciate it. I'm sorry we didn't catch you earlier when you
Yes.
got in.
I just have to remember that I quarter 6.
That's all good. We appreciate it. We try to recognize our
Yes.
scouts, so thanks for being here, and we're happy to have you here.
Yes.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Okay, item number 7, discussion possible action on the lease purchase agreement with Ms. Holman for the acquisition of land as noted.
As Mr. City Manager already noted earlier, motion to approve.
Second.
Will be a second? Yes, motion and second. Any discussion? Call the roll.
Michael?
Yes.
Feldman?
Yes.
Cotton? Yes. Long?
Yes.
Bowlby?
Yes.
McSpadden?
Yes.
Irwin?
Yes.
Item number 8, discussion and possible action on a request to approve the final plat of Borough's office building. Mr. Clifton.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, City Council, Mr. Feary. The item before you is a request to approve the final plat of the borough's office building final plat. This particular location is about 200 feet from where we sit or stand. It's at the southwest corner of Muskogee and Patty Page, so if you kind of know that area, it's the big piece of land just southwest of us. This particular tract of land is 0.68 acres in size, and it is going to be subdivided into 2 lots in 1 block, so it's a pretty simple plat in theory. This particular plat came to us on January 2nd. We went through a round of review with our TAC. There were some discrepancies that were noted, as is the case for most plats. That was resent back to the actual consultant. Those discrepancies were corrected, and it was resubmitted back to us on January 6th. We did a review of that. It was found to be complete and ready for Planning Commission. So on January 7th, the Planning Commission heard the item. And the one thing that I do want to note about this is typically the Planning Commission will make a recommendation to you guys for these final plats. But in this case, there was a little bit of a different process we had to follow due to a building line issue. So I want to note on here that the Planning Commission did recommend approval of the final plat contingent upon a variance being granted by the Board of Adjustment. The Board of Adjustment did grant that variance on January 14th, and now the plat is before you for approval. So the plat that you have in your packets is the plat that basically reflects what was approved by the Board of Adjustment. So with that, we did recommend approval of the plat, and I'll take any questions you guys have.
Question, what is it currently zoned at?
It's in our special district. It's in the downtown, the DT special
Okay.
district.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about this development. You know, they got rid of 3 pretty beat down, broken down old houses where we were having law enforcement issues, fire hazard issues, and so this new office building they're proposing, if the conceptuals are anything like I saw a year and a half ago, it's going to be a really nice addition to, especially coming in on Patty Page / Highway 20 into the community. I'm excited about it. I hope it kind of sets the tone for other folks as they come in and redevelop.
So is
certain
it
areas.
looking to be like office space?
It's going to be their new office.
Oh, their
3
own
stories,
office.
2 stories, but
Okay, nice.
very nicely done. And it will be their space. And I think they're looking at the bottom for maybe some potential tenant space, but I don't. They've grown so much, it may be using it all. I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be a nice addition to Claremore, and they've been very complimentary of our process and the staff.
They definitely went and got a renowned architect. They used James Boswell, so
Yeah.
he's well known. So it's a beautiful building.
I think the guy that
So,
did the BOK Center was booked out, and then we
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah, it's a beautiful building for sure.
Motion to approve.
Second. The motion to approve and second. Any discussion? Call the roll.
McSpadden?
Yes.
Cotton? Yes. Feldman?
Yes.
Michael?
Stay.
Long,
Yes.
Bowlby,
Yes.
Irwin.
Yes. Entertain a motion to adjourn?
So moved. Email will go on.
Second. Call the roll.
Michael,
Yes.
Demotta, Jones, Bowlby,
Yes.
McSpadden,
Yes.
Irwin.
Yes. We are adjourned.